In the last video I made these textures and I've decided to do the same thing again but with a different type of stencil. So if you'd like to see what happens next, carry on watching and all will be revealed. In the last video I made these different textures. Reminds me of the plaster you see in old vintage walls or peeling wallpaper, especially these papers that I created at the same time. Now in all of these papers I use the same stencil, and I tried to make the point that you don't have to have exactly the same stencils as me to get this effect. So what I'm going to do today is use a different type of stencil. I've chosen these randomly and I'm going to see what I can achieve by using these stencils to get the same effect of having textured vintage walls. So off we go. The method that I used last time will be on the video that I did, and I'll leave a link to it. And this is the ivory from Art Studio. The idea is to get it down quite randomly. You're not going for perfection here. Well, at least I'm not. So over here I've got some A4 paper and some A3 paper, and I'm just going to put these down in a kind of random way. The idea is just to try and pick up some of the paint that's in the spaces on the stencil, putting the same paper down. I'm not interested in whether or not it lines up. That's not what I'm doing today. That's okay for a start. Let's go for a dark colour next. Doing it differently than I did last time. Really don't want to have something that's nice and evenly spaced. Going to employ another piece of paper just to start to get this darker colour up. And as you can see, I'm just moving the paper about. I want to hear that kind of stickiness as I pull the paper off. Going to go in with a pink, just quite an odd colour to have straight after blue. Trying not to get those straight lines. Something at a jaunty angle. Go for green now. These are quite chalky paints and they do quite well on this textured effect. Let's just shift the stencil onto something different. I am working quite fast. The idea is not to let the paint dry too much. And now I'm going to trying to break that pattern up. Let's go with this very, very vibrant green. Just going to run it up and down like that. Go back in with this one. I tend to go through quite an ugly stage, and I think we're hitting that just about now. Back to pink. Have a little bit of this ivory. Oops, a little bit too much ivory there, I feel. Need to get rid of those straight lines there. Waiting for that sound where it's laying the paint off. Okay. So we've got these two papers now. Let's think that's about dry. And now I get my paper that I'm going to use. I've got some quinacridone nickel azo gold. I really like this as my final paint to go on, because it kind of gives you that terracotta colour that you find around where people have painted over or papered over. Trying to get rid of these sharp edges. I found that if you put a couple of layers on rather than one big layer, go one more time, try and pay attention to these edges. And again, I want it to be quite spotty and irregular. And now I put the A3 paper on, and I'm going to leave it there to dry. And once it's dry, I'll come back to you and show you what the results are. Okay. So about 10 minutes have gone by, and let's go for the grand reveal, shall we? This is always the most exciting and nerve-wracking part of the whole thing. Ta-da! Well, that's today's effort. You can see a lot more straight lines on that, and this is the reason is because I was putting the stencils on the masks on like that, and that doesn't really bother me too much. It's obviously different in some ways than these here, but as I said in the last video, you don't have to have the same stencils that I've used. So in the first video I used these stencils, which are really pretty, and I use them, this one mainly and this one just towards the end, and I got this effect. My point was that you don't have to have those exact stencils to get this vintage wall or vintage textured effect, because in this one here I used these stencils. So I'm just trying to show you that you can use any kind of stencil to get the same effect. And what I'm going to do next is maybe try another stencil, but try different types of paint, because I've used the same paint here. These are chalky paints, It's called Chalky Chic by Marabou, and this is obviously a green, pink and a blue, and excuse me, this is an ivory by Art Studio, and a little bit of this blue, which is Amsterdam, a brilliant blue. And to finish off on all of them, I used this quinacridone nickel azo gold, which is translucent. So what I'm going to do next time is to use completely different products and probably not go with this one either, and let's see what happens then. Hope you've enjoyed that. These are the other textured papers that I've made, but just in an effort to produce this final piece. So got lots of papers to play with, and I hope you'll watch when I show you what I do with these textured papers. So until we meet again, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already subscribed, it'd be a thrill to me if you did. A comment, tell me where you come from, where are you watching this? That would be really interesting. And if there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.